Good evening, all. So we have come back, and today I will talk about a topic that is related to education, which is about private lessons and having one-to-one lessons after school and so on. Is this kind of educational approach useful? Do a lot of students find it cost efficient? Why some students tend to have these private lessons? And so on. It's a very big topic, and a lot of people think about it in a systematic way that they have to put a private tutor for their student along their educational career or educational life in order to have the kind of students that can compete in the global economy. So on this topic I shall talk, and let's start. So private lessons, it's a concept about having after school lessons or having a special lessons in a particular topic that is the only way to have these lessons through a teacher or specific teacher. So for example, you might be willing to learn how to play, be willing to learn how to play piano and so on, so you would be allocating a private tutor for you to do that. But that's one way of looking at things, having a private tutor for a special kind of education. But there is the other line, which is spread in the Middle East region and in many regions across the globe, is having a private tutor for the topics that is being taught in school. So you have a school teacher that is giving you mathematics. You don't grasp the material or the subject fully. You need someone to support you in solving problems and explain things for you again in order for you to understand them in a better way. And in this circumstance, a lot of people tend to hire a private tutor for their kids to provide them with the education they need and with the explanation they need in order to pass their exams. So the current norm that people don't have private tutors at a young age, they would have it at a much older age. They would have it at high school, and in high school they would try to do that because they feel the high school exam has great importance on their mark and on their choice of specialty and on their lifetime career. So they would do whatever they can to get the best possible marks possible, and one of these things is to hire a private tutor in. And the famous topics are usually mathematics, physics, chemistry, and so on. So you would have someone that he carry on supporting you in your learning journey in these topics. Now, the thing is it a useful way for learning things? I think yes, but it takes additional time. So you would attend the lecture in school, then you would go attend a private lesson after school. So you would be, the time that you spend learning is actually expanded, and this might affect your motivation to learn. That's the first thing. The second thing, it's good to have a one-to-one approach, and it's highly dependent on the person who will be giving you the subject and who will be teaching you. And based on that, you will be looking for someone that the kid feels engaged with and he likes to study with. But by all means, private tuition has a tremendous cost on the family, and a lot of families find it very hard to bear. And they would do the best to help their kids to succeed in life and to pass their exams and to get the highest possible marks. But sometimes these kids or they think that these families think that the cost of private tuition is so high to be able to provide such level of one-to-one education to their kids. It's a dilemma between cost, time, engagement, and the kid capability, and the best possible mechanism in order to provide the kid with the best education in order for him to pass his exams. I don't have a particular opinion about it. If you have the money, yeah, maybe you can do it. If you don't, you don't. I will personally, I did not take any private lessons in my life. Maybe one private lesson for a mathematics class in maybe for an hour or two. In general, private lessons is something that people with in general, private lessons, people would be thinking about positively if their child need those private lessons. And in most of my lifetime, I was lucky to be able not to be needing those. But if your child needs some of this support, maybe it's good to have it if you can afford it. That was my quick intake on things. I wish you a great evening, and I shall say salam.